Hey guys, how's it going? Here's your 5.1 through 5.4 mid-quiz review. Like I say in all these videos, make sure that you are doing the problem first on your own, then watch me do it, and then see if our answers match up. If they do, then you are pretty set for your mid-quiz tomorrow. So, let's get started here. Our first question says, write the ratio of smiley faces and hearts and explain what it means. What I mean by that is when we're talking about ratios, remember those are comparisons that we're making in between two things, but we do not need labels for those. And we also need to make sure we know what comes first in our ratio and what comes second. So first we have smiley faces. So we have 6 of those, and we have 4 hearts. We have a 6-to-4 ratio, but we need to simplify it so I can take a 2 out of both of these. So this is going to be a 3 to 2 ratio. And then when I explain what that means, I want you to write something like 3 hearts to 2, or sorry, let me rephrase there. 3 smiley faces to 2 hearts. All right. Our next one, we're doing the same thing. We need lightning bolts to moons. So lightning bolts, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. In moons, we have 7 of those. So our ratio is 4 to 7. I can't simplify, so this is my ratio. And to explain, I would say 4 lightning bolts to 7 moons. All right, now here are our ratio tables. So when we're looking at ratio tables, what we need to do is we need to make sure that we see how we get from 5 to 15. So we get from 5 to 15, we multiply by 3, which means we need to do the same thing up here. 3 times 3 is 9. And then we need to see how we need to figure out what goes in this box. So I'm going to go back to 3. I'm going to say 3 times 4 equals 12. So if we do 5 times 4, that's going to give me my answer over here, and that answer is going to be 20. And for this next one, I'm doing the same thing. In order to get from 2 to 8, I need to multiply by 4. So I also need to multiply by 4 here. 3 times 4 is 12. And now to get from 12 to 33, I can't do that easily, so I'm going to go back to my 3 here. To get from 3 to 33, I multiply by 11. So here I also multiply by 11. And 2 times 11, that is 22. And that's how I fill that one out. All right, so here we have a better buy. So whenever we have a better buy, we need to first see what we have. 8-pack of Coke is $6.93. 6-pack of root beer is $4.87. I'm going to write those both as rates. Now, we talked in class about you can do this with the money on top if you're comparing, or you can actually do it the other way too, where you flip them. But if we're asking for a better buy, I'm going to put the money on top. So we have $6.93 on 8-pack Coke. And we have $4.87 for a 6-pack of root beer. So my goal is to get the bottoms of both of these to be 1, because I want to compare the price for just one. So I need to divide by 8 here, and over here I need to divide by 6. So if I divide accordingly, I need to do $6.93 divided by 8. So 8 can't go into 6. I bring my decimal straight up. Oops, sorry about that. Let me fix that real quick. All right, I'm back. So you are going to, let's see here. 8 does not go into 6, so that's a 0. 8 goes into 69. 8 times 8 is 64. We're going to subtract. We're going to get a 5. Now we bring down our 3. 8 goes into 53 6 times. So we can stop there. Now, when we are doing the one for the root beer, I have $4.87 divided by 6. Decimal up, that's 0. 6 goes into 48 8 times. That is 48. Bring down my 7. 6 goes into 7 once. So if I was just asking for the price of 1, I would want you to go one more decimal place, because then you could figure out if we need to round this next digit up or not. But since we're just comparing the two, you already know that this one is 81 cents compared to this one, which is 86. So our better buy is going to be green. So our better buy here is going to be the root. Okay. So when I'm asking you to look at these, all you really need to do is just pick a top and a bottom pair. So you could pick 40 to 12, you could pick 20 to 6, 30 to 9, whatever you want. But remember that we see rate here. So whenever I say rate, you need to make sure that you have your label. So we're going to say 20 liters. And then we're going to put 6 minutes. Or if you wanted to write that out, you could say 20 liters. Oops. Move. Sorry about that. So yeah, if we wanted to write it out, we could say 20 liters to 6 minutes. Anything around those lines would work perfectly fine. And by the way, if you are listening right now, tomorrow I want you to draw a star on the top left-hand corner of your test for an extra credit point. All right, so here, decide whether the following rates are equivalent. We need to write these both as rates first of all. So we're going to have 25 pages, 5 minutes, 14 pages, 6 minutes. Now we can do this a couple of ways. We could do unit rates for both of these and compare them that way, but another way to do it would just be to figure out what you can take out of each of them. So I know I can take out a 5 out of here. If I take out a 5, I'm going to end up with 5 pages, 1 minute. And if I simplify the 1 over here all the way down, I'm going to end up with, I can only take out a 2, so 7 pages in 3 minutes. If you look at these, they are not equal to each other, so you would say those ones are not equivalent. All right, let's move down here to number 10. Write a unit rate. Remember, a unit rate, so we just start with a regular rate. So $2.83 for 6 avocados. That's just a regular rate, right? Because we have our labels. But if we want a unit rate, we don't want this bottom to be 6 anymore. We want this bottom to end up to be 1. So the only way to do that is to divide this by 6, because 6 divided by 6 gets 1, and then whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do the top also. So now I have division. I have $2.83 divided by 6. Bring up my decimal point. 6 can't go into 2. 6 can go into 28 4 times. Bring down my 3. 6 is into 43 7 times. 42. Now, since I'm just asking you for one unit rate, you aren't comparing it to anything. I need an exact price. The only way to get an exact price is to actually go one more decimal point, because that's going to say whether this stays a 7 or if it moves to an 8. So I'm going to add my zeros, bring that down. This is now 10. 6 is going to 10 once. So my ending is going to be 47 cents for 1 avocado. Or if you wanted to write it, you could say 47 cents per avocado. Anything like that would work. For this one, it says you earn $35 for washing 7 cars. How much you earn for washing 4 cars? So I'm going to start with my rate, $35 for 7 cars. And I want to figure out how much it would be for 4 cars. So I'm trying to figure out what is going to go up here. So for this one, you can do a couple different ways. I'm actually going to draw a table. So I'm going to put, so here's $35, 7 cars. I want to know 4 cars. Cars. So I can't get from 7 to 4 right now. That's the problem. But if I go from 7 to another number, like 1, for instance, then I can get from 1 to 4. Okay? So if I want to go from 7 to 1 first, I know that to get from 7 to 1, I divide by 7. So I'm going to do the same thing up here. 35 divided by 7, that is 5. Yes, 5. So 5 would go here. All right. Now I know that to get from 1 to 4, I multiply by 4. So I want to do that same thing here. 5 times 4 is 20. So now I got that box. My answer would be $20. Okay. And make sure you have a label like I have dollars here. So what I want you guys to do is make sure that you're practicing these tonight. Make sure that you are watching the video, and good luck on your test tomorrow.